at the earliest, selling 500 shares at $2,200 each. Um, and right now I am personally messaging individually all 3,000 members of our Nomad Island group. So, and right now I am personally messaging feedback, Chris. All 3,000 members
of our
Island group share $2,200 each. And right now I am personally messaging.
What is going on? Oh, fuck.
Just mute your microphone, Chris.
I'm having some major problems with this, with sound on here. I think it's the first time I've used Windows 10 with all this stuff.
It's fine.
Just mute your microphone, Chris.
It doesn't work. I just muted it.
Yeah, it's the sound, I think, on the laptop that was creating a feedback. But that's essentially where we're at. We decided on the number of shares. We decided on the island. We decided on the share price. I wish we could get that lower, but if we lower the share price, then we have to increase the number of members, and then it's not sustainable for the island. It's a balancing act. But that's essentially where we're at. I'm contacting all of the members of the group, Facebook messages, because most people have not seen where we're at in the project. So that's what I'm doing. We have right now roughly 150 shares that have been claimed. We're talking soft commitments or hard commitments, serious people, but in the range of 150. So that's a little more than 25% of our goal for January. I'm going to keep messaging people. I'm going to keep asking people if they are interested in buying a share and if they can be ready in January. But I do need to add one thing. No money goes anywhere until you have verified the corporation that we create, that we found. We want everything to be perfectly transparent, so that there's no funny business. We'll make sure that all of our bylaws and everything are appropriately organized. So that's our update. That's where we're at right now. So if we have any questions, or if anybody has comments or questions about that before we move on to further details, then let's go ahead and let's do that. So maybe, how about we do this? Kun, do you have anything to add or anything to interject or ask?
Well, first off, thanks for giving the complete overview and update on what you've done so far. I think it's really incredible that you went to the island and that you made this document. So thanks for all that work. By the way, I don't have any feedback loops right now, so I'm good. I don't know what everybody else is talking about. Do I have any remarks? How many of the 3,000 people have you contacted so far? How far are you?
By email, about 450, and then probably another 200 with personal Facebook messages. But I'm limited to about 50 new Facebook messages per day. So it's going to take me 6 weeks before I'm able to contact everybody in the group.
So how about we can speed this up? I mean, do you have email addresses of everybody, or is it like partly email, partly Facebook?
We did a survey right in the beginning of the group, if you recall, and I asked a number of questions, and one of those was email. So I have an email address from some of the early members of the group, but I don't have any email address for the last 2,500 or so members of the group. So I used those email addresses to contact them. I got some response by email, and then I've just been sending personal Facebook messages. But you're right, there has to be a way to speed this up, and I'm gonna need a lot of help.
Right. Okay. Well, I mean, for Facebook messages, I don't have a solution. For email, it would have been a bit easier. But anyway,
Yeah,
how many email addresses
it
are you
would
still?
have been much easier.
Yeah, maybe we can talk about this afterwards or something. Maybe I can see where I can help. But the thing is, what's the response so far? How many people would you say have actually said, like, I want to put the money down, like 2,000-3,000? How many have said yes?
We're looking at about 100 people that have made a solid commitment. Another 50 that are like, I want to buy a share, I'm going to get ready. And then we have probably, I'd say, another 20 people that say, I don't have the money right now. I'd love to buy a share, but I just don't have the money right now. Mm-hmm. And we need to develop some resources for people to get that money together. I mean, they can save a little bit for one thing. For a second thing, they can sell the vouchers for our hostel that we'll have on the island. That will allow them to kind of pre-sell the hostel, and then for every week that they sell, they can add $100 to the share. But I think we also need some other, we need to create some videos or something that people can use on I don't know, Indiegogo or GoFundMe or some of these other crowdfunding sites. Mm-hmm. But we need to create some resources so that we help our members be able to buy a corporate share. So anyway, you go on.
Yeah. That's regarding the response. I was wondering about the island, since you're now the expert on how the island looks like and how everything is going there. You know my concern about places for actually building stuff, or should we build everything on poles? You know, because it's extremely uneven terrain, I guess. No. Yeah. So
the housing situation. To just address that very quickly, I think we'll create bungalows. We'll create 4 concrete footings for each bungalow, and then have them raised off the ground, creating a platform. Some walls, maybe some will be open and with just cots and mosquito nets, and then of course a roof to keep the rain off. Mm-hmm. But we'll keep it pretty basic, but definitely elevated, and that allows us to deal with the uneven terrain while also not disturbing the flora and the various plant life and the ecosystem of the island. We just raise it off the ground 2-3 feet. While keeping it under trees or in there are just a lot of really nice places to put huts on the island. So
okay. And the 150 people maximum occupation, on the island, is that still feasible, or should it be lower?
I believe it is. Yeah, with our recent occupancy research, with the latest survey data that we have. My estimation is that with 500 shares sold, we will have 66 people who want to stay on the island full time, meaning 8 months out of the year at least, and an average occupancy on the island of 91 people on any given week. So, and we'll have lows and we'll have highs. You know, it'll vary. But right now, that's what the data says, is that 91 people on average and 66 people there that will be there most of the year. So.
All right. No further questions for now.
Okay. Christoph, do you have any questions that you need to want to add, or any comments or anything? Okay, he may be muted right now. Let's move on to I don't want to mispronounce your name. Dejan?
Yeah, I think Christoph is typing, so just give him a second. He doesn't want to hear the mic.
Okay, let me read that real quick. Did you have anything to add while I look over what he's typed?
No, me no, thanks. I'm good.
Okay. If you have anything, just interject. Let us know what you've got. Okay. So
I mean,
Christoph asked about.
sorry.
Yeah,
I talked
go
to you
ahead.
before about this, and I agree with Christoph. We should find some way to advertise this project and find more people through some dodgy
Yeah,
scams. I don't know on Facebook groups or finding some way
Yeah.
to infiltrate those groups that have a lot of members but they don't accept advertising so easily. So
Yeah.
I agree with
Yeah.
Christoph on that one. And that's all.
Yeah. We discussed that. It's in fact I did get permission. The island project that has an island, I believe, in Belize or Costa Rica, I forget, where they have people come and visit, and then they work for their stay, or they pay $10 a day or whatever it is. I posted in their group this morning. They have about 2,500 members, but we need to make a more concerted effort. I wanted to work first through our group, see who we have, and then with that group, do our advertising. So with the people who are most interested in our project, we'll move forward with the marketing to fill the gaps. But those who are actually our members, I want to start with them. Now let me address Christoph's question. He asked about visas. One thing about Panama is that it's very friendly to foreigners. Anybody in the EU or the Eastern Bloc, any part of Europe, I think, as well as most other countries in the world, can go to Panama and get a visa very, very easily. I didn't need a visa. Europeans don't need a visa. Canadians don't need a visa. Many countries around the world don't actually need a visa to get into Panama. If you stay longer than 90 days, then you have to apply for a residency, which again is very easy. Panama is making itself very friendly to foreigners, which is one of the reasons why we really liked Panama as a location for our island. We looked at a number of islands in Panama. So visas should be very easy and very inexpensive. So if you're looking at long-term residency, shouldn't be an issue. Go to the government, fill out the paperwork, pay a couple small fees, and you're good to go. So let me read again. Let's see what's.
Hey guys, we seem to have some comments coming in through YouTube from a guy called. Is it you? From a guy called Permaja. I'm not sure how you pronounce his name, but he was just saying, "Hey guys, I was wondering if there are people from the Rainbow family part of the project, or if there are any commitments to this kind of community in the Nomad Island project. A few hundred people together on an island project need some kind of commitment on how to live together, don't they?" Yeah, that's to you, Aman.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah. One thing we decided early on is that we're not going to force the island to be all vegan or all pescatarian or all nudist or all anything, really. We have a code of ethics that is in the business plan that's published on the website. That code of ethics basically says everybody is equal, everybody is different.
Have we lost a moon?
We want to communicate. Are you there?
Yeah, you're just breaking up, Amun.
We're still good. Can you guys hear me?
Just about. No, you're totally gone
Okay.
now.
Well, just be my answer.
Technical difficulties, hey?
Are we good here?
Does anybody else want to say anything on the project at the moment?
Give me a thumbs up, guys, if you can hear me. No?
I heard that.
Yeah, I heard that.
I had a question for Ammon. My question is if when he was talking to the real estate guy, if he had given any indication about pricing. Can we even hear you?
Yeah. You guys, can you guys hear me still?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're turning into a robot again a little bit. Kind of.
Not getting any response. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So, as far as pricing, I'm looking all of the list on completely different prices. The main for
Wow.
islands.
No, you have to stop. See if you can move closer to the router or restart it or something, because this is you're not coming through.
I don't think he can hear you.
Well, what can I do?
Things.
Maybe Amma can type it in the comments and we can repeat it ourselves. Yeah, because we're not hearing anything, Ammon.
Charlotte Evans is saying this is fantastic. Apart from the sound, haha.
Oh man.
We're gonna need like a technical internet guy on the island.
Maybe I'll type.
Take care of all these issues. We do our live streams from the beach.
Internet on the island. I think we're having a lot of trouble having internet on the mainland already. So
Yeah.
I have fired up the chat window.
Yeah. You go.
Oh, we see you, Amon.
Always something.
Sign language.
It looks like we have somebody else in the conversation. Martin?
Martin.
Yeah. Okay. Even my chat isn't working.
Oh.
So how about those beautiful island pictures? They're pretty awesome, huh?
Oh, yeah. What was the
So
island?
far, the video is coming through from Amon, though. Like, his chat is not working, his audio is not working, but the video is doing fine.
Okay, I'm gonna restart.
Okay.
Just your Wi-Fi, Amon, not your whole computer. Just your Wi-Fi. Just turn it off for a second.
Yeah, it probably is. Okay. I'm gonna close everything else on my computer that's connected to the internet. Okay.
You know, we are live streaming this.
Okay, can you hear me now at all? Is it any better?
Yeah.
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 Oh, for 1 second.
Okay. Maybe that was it. Okay, Chris.
Yeah. So how are we all doing? Everybody else has got a good connection, right?
We're doing great here.
Yeah. Hey, Kuhn.
Listen to me.
Hey, Kuhn, do you have the web address for our website? I just want to put it up
Yes.
so people can see it.
Well,
No,
make
okay.
an educated guess.
Nomadisland.info.
Bingo.
Oh yeah.
I'm not even sure if it's still.
Hopefully it is. I'm trying to load it now. Ah, here we are. So
Looks like we've got a guy on the line.
Is it
Hey,
what?
Martin.
hey, Martin. Nice to meet you.
Yeah. Pleasure here. Hi all. Hi everybody.
Where's
Hi
everyone?
there.
Wow. Something happened in my phone and now I see 6 pages, not one.
Where are you from, Martin?
Sorry, what?
Where are you from?
I'm from Argentina, born and raised, but I'm in Norway right now.
Oh, awesome.
Cool.
I'm down in Copenhagen right now.
Okay, cool. I'm trying to get a job in Tromsø. You don't know anybody, right?
No, sorry, man.
That's
Worth
pretty far
trying.
north. Tromsø is pretty far north, isn't it?
Yeah. The idea was to get to Nordkapp, so I'm still not up as north as I should be.
Are you back, Amun?
I see Emma.
Yeah, but he's completely.
He's still alive.
I always
Still in
say.
that underground bunker.
Have you guys been working on the project with Amun, Richard and Kuhn?
Yeah, actually, I have a contact with an attorney in Panama, and I gave that to Ammon, and he, I think, was checking into it. He was going to tell us what he found out from the attorney, but I don't know if you guys know, but I actually went to Panama a few years back, and I went to an island, and I've been wanting to do this for a long time. So just out of coincidence, a common friend told me about Ammon and this project, and so I thought it was kind of cool, and then it ended up being in Panama as well. So yeah, I've been down there. It's amazing, it's beautiful. Yeah, it's a paradise down there. So
Awesome. There's another message from Charlotte Evans. She's saying that she's been out of touch for a while, and she's just been wondering how the project's developing. Is there a plan for healthcare systems, emergency situations, etc.?
I think Ammon has that in the plan. He's talked about, like, here I am trying to answer his questions. I don't know what plan. He's got a very a business plan that he's put together, but yeah, and some of that will evolve as well. The island is only like a few miles offshore with that town of Chimon, so there are resources that are there as well. It's not a big town or anything, but yeah, it will be. Those things will definitely be addressed.
Okay.
Ammon, I'm thinking it here.
And Piramja is asking another question: if there's a proper community software running for the project. Facebook is the not right choice for that many users. Did anyone set up a forum or anything? Yes, we did. Actually, the website is actually up on the screen right now. You can just go to nomadislands.info, and then I think, Amun, do we have to scroll down or something to go to the collaboration platform? Yeah, you can scroll down and you can go to collaborate with us, and you can click on get involved, and then you'll be able to join our community there and get involved in various different projects.
Well, it's technically still out.
Yeah.
Maybe I about it as well, Chris. Yeah, because of course it's technically still out. It hasn't been used at all, I would say. Up to date it is. We can still really use it, obviously, but it needs to be adopted by the community more in order to make it useful.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can get to it by going straight to create.nomadisland.info, or if you scroll a little bit down in the green area, how can I help? How can you help? It says collaborate with us, and there's a button saying get involved.
Okay. Can anybody hear me now?
Yes.
Hey,
Yeah.
Oh boy. I have no idea what that was. So, okay.
All
So
right.
Chris,
Yeah.
if my sound goes out again, just put your hand up. Okay?
Okay.
So that I can see.
Okay.
All right. The question before was about price.
Should I do this?
The island is listed all over the net.
It's okay, Amon. Go ahead. It was just a small hiccup. You're still
Okay,
fine
small-
on my end.
Small hiccup. Okay. So the representative for the island sent me an appraisal that said the island was worth like $1.7 million or some crazy number. It was listed at $800,000 for 5 years and didn't sell. That was on the major island real estate website on the internet. So I think fishing for a big number. There was a number of errors in that particular appraisal, including the white sand versus black sand, if there's water, if there's not. So basically we'll have to negotiate. The last sale price of the island was actually $600,000. That was 5 years ago. So if we had an appreciation of 33% in 5 years in Panama, which is possible, then we're still in the range of our target buying price of $800,000. And that's what we're shooting for. If it's above that, we're gonna have to restructure our plan, basically, is what's gonna have to happen. So that's the answer to that. What were some of the other questions that we had? Chris, what were some of the questions you're getting on YouTube?
I guess Chris is looking now.
Sorry,
Chris,
yeah. I put my mic on mute. Anyway, so Charlotte was asking before that she's been out of touch with the project for a while, and she's just asking about healthcare systems and emergency situations. Have we got things in place for when emergency situations arise? I think Amun's gone again.
Yeah, and Richard's on that. Yeah. Can you hear?
Sort of.
All right. So there is a clinic.
There's a clinic. Okay.
Is that on the mainland?
Yeah, he's talking about the clinic on Chiman, which is just the small town on the mainland. Yeah.
Okay.
There's nothing on the island. There's no people there yet.
Yeah.
We're the people.
We'd have to take a boat, obviously. Is it quite close? I mean, what's the distance to it?
It works.
It's only like a mile or two offshore, I think. Is that right? Give me a thumbs up. Yeah. Yeah, it's roughly about a mile or two off the mainland. So we'll have these little boats and stuff that will go back and forth. Yeah, there's a clinic in Chiman village, and Amina saying the good doctor there speaks English.
Okay. It's very convenient.
So we'll just use them when needed. And
more questions? Yeah, I think I was just asking about the community software, which I've already answered, and that's pretty much everything from YouTube. So, has anybody else got any questions that's on here right now? Martin, have you got any questions? I think he might not be there.
I do have a question, more of an organizational question, really. What should we do now? Like, do we need to rally people to sign up for a share for the island? Do we need to have a communication plan? Do we need to create our organization at all? Like, what should be the next step? I mean, it's great that we're talking about medical emergency services on the island. It's important, but I think we're not nearly there yet in those practical things, right?
So, yeah, I think the organization is critical. And I think right now, one of our primary objectives is to get the commitments for the shares over the next coming months. And at the same time, talk with the attorneys in Panama and get their feedback, everything that we need to know to do it properly.
We've got to make sure we do everything legally, and the organisation is set up as a strong organisation from the get-go, I guess.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like Yaman was saying, it's the corporation that has to buy the island. It's not like individuals. So we become members of that corporation.
So we each own a share in the corporation, and then each share is a vote, is it not, for certain things? Or have we just... I've not been keeping up to date with this whole thing, if I'm honest. But
well, a share is ownership, as far as... and it is a vote, yeah.
Yeah.
When we have decisions that need to involve the whole group, then we put it up. But there will be some decisions that I think will need to be made. You know, we won't have a vote on every single decision. There's probably like hundreds of little decisions that will.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly, we spoke about like a board or something that we choose every once in a while. That is kind of like we vote representatives, and that they take some decisions, and if it's like a very important decision, if it like affects a lot of people, we could have like kind of referenda style. Everybody has a vote. We need to come together and discuss things, etc., etc.
Exactly.
I think that was the general idea. We have a board that switches every half year, something like that.
Yeah. Hammond's nodding, so Yes.
Yeah, no, you wrote it also in the chat. Um, that is good. So for corporation, what needs to be done? This document is written. Do we need attorneys to look it over?
Yeah.
We do. Amma, can you type in chat if you found anything else out from the attorney? Because I gave Ammon one reference and we were trying to find a couple more. The attorney that reference that I gave him actually has been consulting some other island owners. Okay, he says nothing new on the attorneys right now. So we're still in that mode of getting the proper legal counsel from the right places.
Are we trying to get them for free? Is that why it's taking so long, or are we trying? Is it just hard to find people that are specialized in this, or?
No.
Okay,
no,
contacting group members.
And overwhelmed with contacting the group members. So, yeah, we do have one guy who's responding to us, and so we just need to get some really more specific questions to him, and also maybe get a few other attorneys that can give us, more options. And Christoph's, I think also what's critical for me, we should think about securing ourselves with the voting system. What about someone that gets 10 shares? That might create huge issues in the future. Yeah, I'm not sure how we want to structure the voting system and on which issues the whole group would vote for. That's probably something we need to still work out. I don't have the answer. Christoph, maximum of 9 shares. That's less than 2%. So yeah, in the total spectrum, if you have 500 shares, then that's still a very small percentage.
All right, it's raising good questions.
How much does each share cost? Do we know that yet? Oh,
2,200 is what Ammon said.
Okay.
US dollars. Just clarify.
It's pretty cheap considering.
That's about 2,000. That's about 2,000 euros in today's currency.
2,000 euros. The other cool thing about Panama is that they actually use U.S. dollars, and so there's no currency. Well, I guess it would be a currency for those of you that aren't in the U.S., but they use U.S. dollars. And the other thing I liked about Panama is that there's no hurricanes there, so because of the shape of where it's at.
There will be enough of other things that will kill you, though.
Yeah.
Nice.
There's definitely dangers in other ways.
Thanks for building spirit.
Yeah. No, just keeping it real. No. It's a good thing. There's no hurricanes or tornadoes or anything like that. Yeah.
Do we know about the wildlife on the island? Are there any dangerous snakes or anything?
There's snakes on the island. There's mosquitoes.
There's
in Panama, they have monkeys. I don't think there's any monkeys on the island.
There'll be living 150 of them soon.
But maybe we'll bring some over on the boat and start populating it. Monkeys. I actually would like to have monkeys on the island. I don't know if since Ammon can start proposing all these crazy ideas. Sloths.
Okay, let's stay on topic, people here, huh?
I got only one question, which something I mentioned to Eamon, but I couldn't find out myself the exact name of the company I was talking to you from Delaware, but we're sticking to the PBC or PCB company from California at the moment. We're still on that line, right?
BBC. I don't know anything about that.
I did ask someone for information about that. Sorry to wrap. I told Eamon because someone told me that companies from Delaware that outsource, like we're completely outsourced, don't pay taxes. And Eamon found out. Well, I found out one company, and I had like a limit of shares, and I'm trying to get a contact from someone. I know someone that made a company in Delaware for these issues, and then I'm trying to get a contact from either a lawyer firm or a company that builds these companies for outsourcing about limitations and stuff like that.
Yeah. So
well, I'm gonna try to have something new around this week. But besides that, I'm reading there. I'm said Delaware or Nevada. But besides that, the main alternative today is still the PVC, right?
Yeah, for now, yeah. But that can change. It's not something that we're stuck on. So.
But it's still the best option as far as you can tell.
So far, yeah, so far. But like I said, we have a couple months to do more research to make sure that when we incorporate, it's done right.
Okay. And I have actually one question to ask that you mentioned in some of the many documents you wrote. Thanks for that. About which is the only thing I could think of that could be problematic in the future, which is the legality of the purchase. Like it looked like the history of buy and sell looked kind of shady because it was sold for nothing, and then suddenly almost $1 million, and then nothing again. Or how are we protecting ourselves from that? From when we actually buy something, we are actually buying it.
Yeah. Okay, Martin, there's a very specific process to follow in Panama for buying property. Because all people right now, it's very clear. First, there are no notices on the property. You go to the government office and ask, basically you give them the FINCA number and you say, are there any encumbrances? No, it's fine. Then you make sure that the money is put in escrow so that it doesn't actually go to the owner. So when you register the property in your name, in this case the name of the corporation, then the money is released to the former owner. So they don't get any money before the property is duly registered in your name. So it's a pretty straightforward process. It's pretty straightforward. Like I said, it's something that as long as we agree on a price and as long as we make sure that our contract is solid, then we're not going to have any issue. But you are correct in saying that the property the last 4 owners of the property are all the same man buying the property with different corporations, right? The low original price of $3,000 was a common, I guess, trick in Panama. That was the price it was sold for in the 90s or 80s. So when Mr. Buse bought the property for $3,000, he probably paid cash under the table. But the official price of $3,000 is what he paid taxes on. So,
yeah, I understand
and that's why they keep, that's why they keep the official price low. Now, like I said, the last sale price, it jumped from $3,000 to $600,000, which is probably a more realistic price. And that's partially because Panama is becoming more transparent and trying to reduce corruption. So that was probably something having to do with Panamanian law that they couldn't escape the taxes anymore, so they had to sell it at a reasonable price. So, and that had to do with moving funds from one of Mr. Buse's corporations to other of his corporations, that last sale. But that's part of his shell game. But if we have the right, we'll be fine. We'll be protected.
Okay, good. Because and after that, all the plannings of what you call phase 1, 2, and 3, which is the starting of building and then expanding and expanding.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty straightforward, and yeah, it's okay. I don't have much to ask there, because it would be details, not actual things. So we're good.
And if you can continue on that research in terms of what you're talking about, or any lawyers that may be able to help, so that we can find the right place for incorporation and the right entity, then that would be great. Maybe Delaware or Nevada, which are great tax havens. We could just make a simple traditional corporation, and we'll be fine. It'll be a good solution for us.
I'll keep looking on the Delaware thing, trying to get a contact over there from a company that precisely does this, incorporates corporations for outsourcing. I'll keep on that.
Okay, one last point, and I would like to end. We're at 1 hour now, which is a little longer than I had hoped. The last thing is, as I contact individual members, and I get a commitment to buy a share or two, then I'm going to add those people to a separate Facebook group. And then from there, we're going to have to do advertising. We're going to have to shout like through our mutual connections, like Christos connections, Martin's connections, and figure out some of these details that that are still floating, that are still undecided. I've done a lot of work, and I just don't. It's too much for me alone. It's what it is. It's too much for me alone. So.
It's understandable. So I think as we organize it, we just detail the responsibilities and stuff, a lot more of us will be able to pick up and say, hey, yeah, I can do that responsibility, and we can all help you out, because we're all in this together. So.
Time for us to work together again.
It sort of like fades out slowly, you know, like I'm going up. Right. I bet he's just doing it to mess with us.
I will add him to the new group, and we will.
Oh.
Yeah, I think we're about done anyways.
We see his frustration. We just can't hear what he's saying.
I'm gonna do sign language. Come on, we'll all learn sign language.
It's weird, right? How video is coming through, but audio isn't.
What happened to the? Did you manage to contact everybody, Eamon, or do you still missing like half the group? Half the.
I don't get it. I don't.
Oh, I heard you for a sec.
Try turning off your video, Eamon.
No, that's the only visual clue we have still left of him.
Yeah, but that wouldn't that give him more bandwidth for his audio?
I know that would make sense. Yeah,
Yeah.
it would. It would. But Martin, just to answer the question. Okay, he's answering in the chat. All right, good. Yeah, no, I mean, he said that earlier. Yeah.
He hates the internet.
Okay. So before we done, if we, Aaron, if we chat and you tell me exactly what you need, I could help you out contacting the rest. But nobody really knows me. I haven't been in the group active so much, so. But I could chip in there.
Yeah, sure. I also could. At least for the emails, I said already to Aman.
Excellent.
Like for all the email addresses that he has there, ways to sort of automate this. If you're not willing to write a personalized message to each and every person, like completely different, but just like hi, name, this is what I want to say, cheers, name, then of course there are automated ways for doing this. So I can help you with that. With the Facebook messages, I guess the only way really is to get a few people to crunch down the list and give each person 200 contacts or something, and then you can pretty much go through a whole list in an afternoon or in a day or something.
Yep, that's what we'll do. If you can hear me, but let's go ahead and wrap this up, gentlemen, and thank you for your help. Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Thank you all.
Thanks for bringing back the gang together, and let's get this done. Let's get further on with this project. Yeah.
It's nice to see you all again, and to see all the new faces as well.
I was gonna say, it's nice to see you all for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Right.
yeah.
Likewise, Martin. We'll see ya.
Okay.
See you around.
Dion.
Cheers,
Thank
guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Richard, Chris, Colin. See ya.
See ya.